Hey there, hikers! Adam here, and these are the best waterfall hikes in Vermont. We're starting off at number 15 with Warren Falls. Located near Warren, Vermont, Warren Falls is a 20-foot tall multi-tier plunge waterfall, and the waterfall is found at the end of a 0.3-mile long out and back trail that has a difficulty designation of a walk in the woods. There is only one freaking reason that this waterfall even comes close to making my list, and it's all that mind-melting and fake-looking blue water. How is this even Vermont? The trail is fairly short and standard, and the waterfall isn't that big or interesting, but you forget all of that as soon as you're mesmerized by the many clear blue pools, earning Warren Falls its spot here at number 15. At number 14 is Old City Falls. Located near Stratford, Vermont, Old City Falls is a 45-foot tall 2-tier plunge and cascade waterfall. And the waterfall is found at the end of a 0.5-mile long out and back trail that has a difficulty designation of a walk in the woods. Now, I really wanted to rank this waterfall higher on my list, due to both its impressive height and its awe-inspiring power. But unfortunately, it's too busy hiding behind an awkwardly placed cliff, and therefore you can't really even see it all that well from the side of the river with the trail. You would need to get wet and cross the river for the best vantage point, and unfortunately the river was just too strong and powerful to cross on the day that I went. At number 13 is Buttermilk Falls. Located near Ludlow, Vermont, Buttermilk Falls is a series of 3 waterfalls, the tallest being 20 feet, and they are a combination of force tails and cascades. And the waterfalls are found along a 0.3-mile long out and back trail that has a difficulty designation of a walk in the woods. For this series of falls, I most enjoyed the upper falls with its very wide series of cascades coming down in 3 places at once, though the middle falls had the best direct viewpoint of the 3 and was also impressive. Actually, they are all rather impressive as they are all connected to the same amount of water flow, so they'll all be as equally powerful and impressive compared to each other. Lastly, it's not a very cohesive experience as you would have to park in 2 different spots to visit both sets of falls, and you unfortunately cannot see them all at once, earning Buttermilk Falls its spot here at number 13. At number 12 is Texas Falls. Located near Hancock, Vermont, Texas Falls is a 35-foot tall 2-tier punch bowl and cascade waterfall. And the waterfall is found along a 1-mile long loop trail that has a difficulty designation of a walk in the woods. I think it's just so freaking funny that Vermont has a waterfall that's named Texas. But hey, it's also just such a cool spot where they have a brand new awesome footbridge that gives great views into the Falls Gorge, as well as numerous other cool viewpoints along the gorge wall with lots of good safety barriers so you can easily see the falls up and close from those gorge walls. I especially like the lower viewing area where you could see both falls coming at you at the same time. There is also a pleasant, short nature loop trail on the nearby hillside, earning Texas Falls its spot here at number 12. At number 11 is Bartlett Falls. Located near Bristol, Vermont, Bartlett Falls is a 15-foot tall, rather wide block waterfall. And the waterfall is found along a 0.2-mile long out and back trail with a difficulty designation of a walk in the woods. While the trail and hike to this falls is basically non-existent, the sheer impressive size and width of water dropping straight down makes this falls worth visiting. You really get a sense of the fall's size and scale from the few cliff viewpoints along the bank. Plus, it's cool to see the water overhang, creating a chamber behind the falls, which I'm told in the warmer months with a reduced current, swimmers can climb up inside to see the falls from behind. One of the few spots you can even do this in all of New England, earning Bartlett Falls its spot here at number 11. At number 10 is the Bolton Potholes. Located near Bolton, Vermont, the Bolton Potholes are a 45-foot tall 3-tier series of plunges and cascades. And the waterfall is found along a 0.6-mile long out and back trail with a difficulty designation of a walk in the woods. And we have another waterfall located basically right next to the road, but earning its place on the list due to its sheer size, unique water flowing patterns, and offering tons of fun areas to scramble. And that's over all the levels of the falls. It's especially fun to head to the middle level and see the huge pothole of water beneath the falls, and then see the other falls flowing right next to you. And it's also cool to view the falls from the stream bank and see all of the tiers of the falls all at once, helping earn the Bolton Potholes its spot here at number 10. At number 9 is our first Moss Glen Falls. Located near Granville, Vermont, Moss Glen Falls is a 35-foot tall one-tier horsetail waterfall. And the waterfall is found along a 0.2-mile long out and back trail with the difficulty designation of a walk in the woods. So yes, Vermont has 2 waterfalls with the exact same name, and this is the smaller of the 2, but still quite a scenic and fun one to enjoy. There's a brand new boardwalk that was built that easily brings you out to the nice viewing area of the falls. And then many people also include this falls as a stop while checking out the scenic Vermont Route 100. Also, if you're lucky enough to come in the spring when there's extra water, there is a super tall skinny bonus falls right near the parking lot. But it's the gorgeous cascading horsetails of Moss Glen Falls itself that earns its spot here at number 9. At number 8 is Pikes Falls. Located near Jamaica, Vermont, Pikes Falls is a 20-foot tall one-tier cascade and slide waterfall. And the waterfall is found along a 0.3-mile long out and back trail with the difficulty designation of a walk in the woods. While not even close to being the tallest falls on this list, I was impressed by Pikes Falls' raw power and unique shape. There is so much water flowing over the falls, it looks as if the water is launched back up before falling all the way down. It was just jaw-dropping to be able to see all of the water rushing by so closely. I also liked how in addition to the nice easy viewpoint across from the falls, there was also easy access to the top of the falls to easily view the water crashing back up at you up close and personal. And that's what brings Pikes Falls to its spot here at number 8. At number 7 is the Falls of Lana. Located near Salisbury, Vermont, the Falls of Lana is a series of 3 waterfalls spread out over 100 feet of descent of horsetails and cascades. And the waterfall is found along a 0.9-mile long out and back trail with the difficulty designation of a road less traveled. I want to give a bit of a warning right off the bat here. The trail to this waterfall is basically a bushwhack and is very steep. This waterfall is very hard to get to and not for the unprepared hiker. In spite of that, the horsetail falls you get to see is unique looking, and I love how it also falls partially sideways. It really makes the scramble worthwhile, though you cannot get too close to the falls. Additionally, there are many further trails, bridges, and picnic areas above the falls that are also fun to explore. But it is the classic scenic horsetail of the middle falls that brings this falls to its spot here at number 7. At number 6 is Judavine Falls. Located near Hardwick, Vermont, Judavine Falls is a 55-foot tall one-tier horsetail and fan waterfall. And the waterfall is found along a 0.7-mile long out and back trail with the difficulty designation of a walk in the woods. Now this is a waterfall that needs to be seen to be believed. It's amazing how the water from one narrow source at the top is then so widely distributed in so many picturesque horsetails. The fact that you have such a nice vantage point to stand right next to and in front of the falls, and then another viewpoint just a little further up the hill is even better. Now this is a private property and it costs $5 to visit, which I would say is worth the price for how much work the owner has put into creating fun and manicured trails to the falls and then to the upper falls further up the hillside as well. And that's what earns this fall its spot here at number 6. At number 5 is the second Moss Glen Falls. Located near Stowe, Vermont, Moss Glen Falls is a 125-foot tall, 3-tier plunge and horsetail waterfall. And the waterfall is found along a 0.5-mile long out and back trail with the difficulty designation of a walk in the woods. Oh boy, we're finally crossing into our giant waterfalls category here with the larger and more impressive of the dueling Moss Glen Falls. This waterfall was so tall that it was actually hard to capture it all at once. Now there are 2 paths to the falls, one that's a little steeper to the more dangerous cliff viewpoint, now don't be crossing those safety barriers, and another along the stream to see the falls from below. But you would need to be doing some wading through the stream and get wet if you wanted to get right in front of the falls. I would say that my favorite view is from the cliff view where you can see the dramatic transition from cascade to sliding horsetail to plunge. So much variety and raw height helps bring this falls to its spot here at number 5. At number 4 is Big Falls. Located near Troy, Vermont, Big Falls is a 40-foot tall, powerful cascade. And the waterfall is found along a 0.2-mile long out and back trail with the difficulty designation of a walk in the woods. Warning, this falls is very powerful and the viewpoints are from very precarious cliffside edges, so know the danger before you visit and take those necessary precautions. That being said, this waterfall is absolutely stunning in its raw power. Most similar particularly powerful waterfalls in Vermont have already been harnessed to generate power, but this one remains in its natural state. There is just so much froth, mist, and churn as the water pours over the edge. It was certainly making me nervous watching it from the cliff edge, and that's what helps bring this falls to its spot here at number 4. At number 3 is Lye Brook Falls. Located near Manchester, Vermont, Lye Brook Falls is a 125-foot tall 6-tier horsetail waterfall. And the waterfall is found at the end of a 4.4-mile long out and back trail with a difficulty designation of off the beaten path. Oh, this was one of my favorites that I visited during this project. Not only does it have a delightful trail through the Vermont wilderness, it's just so cool to see such a freaking tall series of multiple horsetails. Look at all these awesome cascading steps. I had trouble even counting them all. I especially like how the waterfall got steadily wider and wider with each step down its impressive height. Truly a sight to behold, which helped earn this falls its spot here at number 3. At number 2 is Hamilton Falls. Located near Jamaica, Vermont, Hamilton Falls is a 125-foot tall 2-tier horsetail and slide waterfall. And the waterfall is found at the end of a 6.25-mile long out and back trail with the difficulty designation of off the beaten path. Another monster of a waterfall. I certainly enjoyed seeing the one huge powerful slide get split into 2 sections as the water fell down over 100 feet. It's so amazing seeing the water bounce back up from the force of the falling power. There is also a top of the falls viewing area that is a bit more dangerous, but cool to see how all of the water slides into the punch bowl to begin the waterfall. Now there is a safety ladder provided at the punch bowl to help anyone who may have fallen in to get back out. Such a tall, unique waterfall easily earns its spot here at number 2. Now before we make it all the way to number 1, let's check out some honorable mentions. First is Bingham Falls, a 25-foot tall plunge falls near Stowe that, while scenic, was not that tall or powerful. Next is Cheever Falls, a series of 2 25-foot plunges near Walden, Vermont. Though powerful and with a fun trail, the falls were just not tall or scenic enough for inclusion. And lastly, there's the Bully Brook Cascade, a 60-foot tall powerful plunge near East Wallingford, Vermont. Now this was an amazing falls, but there is no actual trail to view the falls, and it is therefore too rough for recommendation for the average hiker. And that means that the best waterfall hike in Vermont is Thundering Brook Falls. Located near Killington, Vermont, Thundering Brook Falls is an 80-foot tall 1-tier horsetail waterfall. And the waterfall is found along a 0.5-mile long out and back trail with a difficulty designation of a walk in the woods. This was an easy choice for me as number 1. When I first saw it, it literally took my breath away and I said, oh wow! This partially happens because the platform set up next to the trail is the absolute perfect angle to take in the waterfall right in front of you. You see all of the glorious horsetails and you get to look at all of the water spreading out in every which way. Now it may not be the tallest, but it is certainly the most dramatic falls in Vermont, with the best viewpoint easily earning its spot here at number 1. But hey, that's just my opinion. Now go get hiking.